Hey there, how's it going? It's your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward, and today we're going to be doing a home gym workout training the back and triceps, and the only piece of equipment you're going to need is a set of adjustable dumbbells. And we're going to start our back workout with the bent over dumbbell row. And this is a great exercise that's going to add thickness to the lats. Now, whenever you're doing a bent over row variation, be it a dumbbell row or a bent over barbell row, try and keep your upper body at a 45-degree angle to the floor. And this will allow you to get a good contraction throughout the lats without placing a lot of excess strain on the lower back. And you can see I have my training partners coming in for a visit. And after that, we're going to move on to the one-arm dumbbell row. And this is kind of similar to the bent over variation, except when you use one arm at a time, you're going to be able to lift more weight per arm and really focus on each side independently. So it's a great variation to do after you start with the bent over row, because your lats are already going to be warmed up and you'll be able to really push it when you do the one arm variation. Now, as you're doing this exercise, you'll feel stronger if you actually straddle your legs, like I'm doing here, and support your upper body with your free hand on some sort of solid surface. I'm using the arm of the sofa, but if you were at the gym, of course, you could use like a weight rack or an exercise bench to support your upper body. And the next exercise in our back workout is the bent over dumbbell fly. And this one really isolates the rear delts, the traps, and basically the entire upper back area. Now, the previous exercises we did, the bent over row and the one arm row, they focus mostly on the lats. Here we're focusing on that upper back area. So it's a good idea in your back workouts to try and focus on all areas of your back, kind of work it from top to bottom so that you get complete development. Now, with this move, you're not going to be able to lift as heavy as you can with a rowing variation. So you're going to have to lighten up the weights and just really focus on squeezing and feeling those muscles contract as you do the exercise. And now we're going to focus on working the lats through a fully stretched position with the dumbbell pull over. And this is a great exercise that's really going to stretch out your lats, stretch out your chest, your rib cage, and basically your entire upper body. Now, in order to do this exercise, you need to have some sort of exercise bench. And I have a makeshift bench set up here with the sofa cushions. I just stack them up on the floor, and this is high enough to get your upper back elevated off the floor so that you can do the dumbbell pullover with a full range of motion. Now, of course, if you have an exercise bench available, then by all means you can use that, but if you don't, then you're going to have to get a bit creative and use whatever you have around the house. You could use a rolled up sleeping bag, a stack of blankets, if you have something like that, just to get your upper back off the floor so that you can perform this exercise. And when you're doing the dumbbell pullover, try and maintain a slight bend in your elbows at all times. And this will help to take the strain off the tendons and ligaments around your elbow joint. And now we're going to focus on working the lower back with the dumbbell deadlift. Now, deadlifts are a big, basic compound exercise, and you normally do this with heavy weight and low reps, generally with a barbell. But when you're training at home with dumbbells, you may not have enough weight to do heavy weight, low rep sets. So what we're going to do is save the deadlift until the end of our back workout, when your lats and your back is already pre-exhausted and fatigued from the other exercise, and this way you'll be able to train your back and get a good workout with the deadlift without using a lot of weight. And now we're going to do some pull-ups. And this is really an optional exercise because I did call this video a dumbbell workout. So if you don't have a pull-up bar, obviously you don't need to include this exercise. But if you do have a pull-up bar available, by all means, include pull-ups with your back workouts. Now, I have a makeshift pull-up bar set up in the rafters of my basement, and it works really great for doing pull-ups at home. You can also get one of these doorway pull-up bars, and that's another option that you have available. But again, pull-ups are a great exercise to include with your back training. And now we're going to move on and do some work for our triceps with the Overhead Dumbbell Tricep Extension. And this is a great exercise that's going to allow you to work each tricep individually, and it's going to allow you to get a good stretch throughout the tricep muscle. So as you lower that dumbbell down, you'll feel a good stretch throughout the long head of the triceps, and then as you extend your arm overhead, you're going to get a good peak contraction. Now, when you're doing any single arm exercise, it's always a good idea to do the exact same number of repetitions for each side. So if you find that one arm is a bit stronger than the other, always start with your weaker arm first and then do the exact same number of repetitions for your stronger arm afterwards. And this will help to develop balance and proportion between the left and right sides over time. The next exercise in our workout is the Tricep Kick Back. And this is a great complementary exercise to the overhead dumbbell extension. What you're going to find with the overhead dumbbell extension is it's primarily a stretch move where you feel a good stretch in your triceps as you're doing the exercise. But with the Tricep Kick Back, you're going to feel a good peak contraction. You're going to have to fight to hold that dumbbell up at the top of the movement, and this is really going to give you a good contraction throughout the entire tricep muscle. So it's nice to pair these exercises back to back in order to work the triceps through a fully stretch all the way to a fully peak contraction. So you're getting that complete range of motion in your tricep workout. So there you go. That's a complete back and tricep workout using just a set of adjustable dumbbells. Now to recap our workout, we started off with the bent over dumbbell row for 3 sets of 10 plus reps, followed by the one arm dumbbell row for 3 sets of 10 reps for each arm. After that, we did some isolation work for our rear delts and upper back with the bent over dumbbell fly, followed by the dumbbell pull over to really stretch out the lats and the entire upper body. Then we did some work for the lower back with the dumbbell deadlift for 3 sets of 10 plus reps. And now we have an optional exercise with the pull-up. If you have access to a pull-up bar, by all means you can include it with your workouts, but if you don't, it's no big deal. And after training back, we moved on to working our triceps with the overhead dumbbell tricep extension, followed by the dumbbell tricep kickback, and for both of these, 3 sets of 10 reps per arm. I certainly hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to post those in the comments section below, and I'll chat with you down there. And if you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can keep up to date with all my latest workout videos.